Okay, I'm at the entrance to Iceberg Cave, the only entrance I know of. I tried to get through this cave, and it's weird. It ends where there's breakdown rock. You can't go any farther, but I feel a cold wind going through. So I'm like, okay, does this cave really keep going or not? Anyway, but you can see the entrance here is absolutely huge. Dozens of feet in diameter. Absolutely huge. Got some birds flying around. Those are not bats, those are just birds. It's kind of cool. Look on that rock there, how there's like a white pattern. Interesting. Look at this over here. See that pile of dirt and sticks? Notice it corresponds to a ledge above. So it's probably an animal making a nest above, and pieces falling down. Kind of cool. I'm not the bird expert, so I couldn't tell you what kind of bird it was. Well, how about this? Here's a feather. You tell me, what kind of feather is that? If it walks like a bird, talks like a bird, it's a bird. I saw a funny meme recently. It was like a t-shirt, how to identify birds. So it showed like 15 different types of birds, and underneath each one it said bird. And then there was another picture of a squirrel, and underneath that it said not a bird. Gee, that's helpful. Although you think about it, that's pretty much how we train AI. So yeah, makes you wonder if AI is going to misunderstand what it sees and not know the difference between a scarecrow and a human. All right. I'd like to be involved in AI, but the problem is, yeah, nobody would want to do it my way, because I'm pretty sure I know a good way to do it, but, well, good is in the eye of the beholder. Fortunately, I don't really have a budget to do it my way by myself. So, yeah. Notice how cave's dozens of feet across here. Notice how deep the floor goes down here. There's the entrance. Look how huge it is. If you look carefully, you can see my white water bottle and part of my camera rig over there. But anyway, to save weight, I left the water bottle back at the entrance. Make it a little easier for me to hike through here without all that weight. It's not that hot out. It's like maybe 65 degrees Fahrenheit, but I'm going to be out here for like 6 hours or more. So definitely want to bring some water and snacks. In fact, after this cave, I think I'll have another snack. Now look at this. Look how tall the rock is here. And then underneath it, there's a hole. So this isn't even the lowest level. It's cool. Go beyond this, and it gets lower and lower and lower. It's really cold down there. It's really impressive, actually. It's kind of sketchy climbing down there, though. It's about the hardest hike I would do by myself out here. Notice the green from light. So photosynthesis. So you turn around and look back. This is like the last spot where there's natural light coming straight in here. So that's why you have that green spot on the rocks. What's really cool also, see how the rock is mostly brown and there's white spots? Those white spots are mineral deposits, kind of like cave popcorn. That stuff is fragile, so please don't touch it. Okay, so I'm at 15% brightness now. Okay, I just doubled it. There's 30% brightness. Hopefully the camera will pick things up a little better. I don't want to waste all my battery life, but it's already past noon. I think probably around 4 o'clock. I'm going to head back. It's a long walk. There's no real, kind of in the middle of nowhere. I put on the sign out sheet that I'd be here out till about 6 p.m. So if I leave here at 4, give me 2 hours to get back. Should be doable. Oh wow, let me go backwards. I want to show you something. Man, so even this rock here, let me focus. Focus. See how rough it is? So it's kind of like cave popcorn too, even though it's not even white, it's brown. That's very fragile, so try to be gentle with it. Like, don't touch it at all if you can. Fortunately, I just found out it was there because I did accidentally touch it. I'm pretty sure I did feel a couple pieces break off. So that's kind of unfortunate. Okay. obviously my first priority is my own safety. In fact, if you take the guided tour of Oregon Cave, they'll tell you you're not allowed to touch formations unless you're falling. It's okay to sacrifice the formation to save yourself. Of course, that cave is extremely steep. That's a solution cave in marble, which is similar to limestone. So that one, they got like stairs in there because it would be extremely difficult without the stairs. In fact, the natural entrance is only like 3 feet in diameter. So they like drilled out a huge fake entrance. It's like a perfect rectangle. If you go on the tour, they ask you, do you notice anything about this part of the cave? And I'm like, it's fake, it's fake. And they're like, no, it's artificial. Whatever. Anyway, people are picky about how you word stuff. Like, you want to get in a really stupid argument? Tell a motorcyclist that he drives a motorcycle. Anyway, he'll give you some mumbo jumbo about how handlebars means you ride, you don't steer. Actually, it's more of a cultural tradition. There's not really any legitimate reason for that. Whatever. If you go against tradition, people will have a cow. Anyway. Notice how far down I'm going. It's like a 45% slope. Just down, down, down. The good news is most of these rocks are big enough. They're going to hold still. They're not going to like roll away under me. But some of them are slippery enough I could slip. So I still need to be a little bit careful. So the tricky part about going downhill, you don't want to get too much momentum and lose control. You need to keep it slow and in control. Kind of like driving in the snow or on ice, you know. No matter how good you think your tires are or your four-wheel drive, there's still the potential to lose control if you go too fast, especially while trying to turn or brake. Same thing here, going downhill. If I go too fast, I could sort of start rolling down. That'd be really bad, especially by myself, because then there'd be nobody to witness it. Okay. Notice here there's sort of a ledge. I doubt that white stuff is bird droppings though, because I don't think birds come in this far. It's completely dark. I haven't seen any sign of bats in this cave either. This time of year is probably too cold for bats. I think in the winter they like cold caves for hibernating, but in the summer I think they prefer warmer caves. I don't know, I haven't seen that many bats this trip. And yes, I think that white thing is a bone. I have no idea why it's here. Good question. Especially since it's just one random bone and not a whole skeleton. Okay, so now you see there's a rock pile in the cave ahead. The funny part is I don't think I can go any much farther. I think this rock pile is literally blocking the tube. Obviously the tube keeps going. One reason I know that is I can feel cold air. It almost looks like there's enough room to climb over the top, but there isn't. It's too small for a person. And they don't allow digging here, so it's not like I'm going to dig it any bigger. I stepped on some loose rocks and they all slid under me. Whoops. Whoa. Man. Okay, this part's a little tricky. I should have stayed to the right. Is this part of the cave? Whoa. Darn it. Yeah, I should have stayed to the right. There's bigger rocks on the right. They hold still better. Alright. But yeah, you can see how There's a gap between the rocks. Way too small for me. There's no way I'm going to climb back there. So, I turn around. You see this is the pile of rocks I'm standing on. You can see why I caused a little mini avalanche. Like I said, I try to be gentle. Sometimes the cave is just smarter than me. It is rock. Genuine, bona fide rock. And over there is the way out. Notice the color of the cave here. Ooh, there's even some of that silver-colored hydrophobic bacteria up there. Notice the texture on the wall here. Or let me focus real close up. See, look at that. How it's gray and smooth above, and then a little rougher below, then even rougher below. Very interesting. So yeah, it's not like this whole cave formed in one little flow. It probably flowed, for a while, and different temperatures or something, different gallons per minute, or however you say that, causing different features. Oh, that's funny. Huh, I didn't notice this before. They got a sensor in here. I don't think it's a camera. I think it's just a humidity sensor. I'm not gonna touch it. But it might be a microphone. Okay, remind me not to tell the cave my password. All right. A lot of caves have small sensors like that. Usually they're pretty well hidden. I probably shouldn't have shown you that, but oh well. It's probably be gone by the time you find this cave anyway. I tried asking them about the sensors and they were elusive. Because there was like one, I'm pretty sure it took a picture of me. So I asked them if I could get a copy of the picture, and they're like, that'd be too hard. They basically told me I'd have to do a freedom of information request. It's like, man, that's a lot of work for a selfie. All right. Wow. This cave's a little bit of work. All right. Oops, wow. There's a really slippery rock next to me. Of course, I should have known. It was very smooth rock. Typically, the rougher it is, the more traction. There's an exception to every rule, though. Wow, this is funny. I'm gonna pan down. Look at this rock here, how rough it is. So this is what I was telling you about. Try not to step on this rock because it's very rough, very fragile. There's plenty of other places to put your feet. I'm gonna go around to the right, actually. All right, well, there's natural light. There is hope. Boy, the caves around here are really short. I've been in some caves so long that I spent like hours and hours in them. Man, when I get back to the entrance, see natural light, feel like I've won the lottery. Like, yes, fresh air, light. It's not like I don't like caving, it's just sometimes it's hard work, a bit tiring. which is actually one of the reasons I do it. It's good exercise. That, and I like to explore. It doesn't really count to go exploring a city. It's like, okay, here's one building, here's another building. The thing is, you look at a typical city, most of the buildings aren't even open to the public. They're either condominiums, or they're office buildings, or they charge admission. I mean, the idea that you could just explore the city without spending a ton of money is unfortunately a pipe dream in most cities. Not to mention, to get around, if you want to go by motor vehicle, you have to either pay to park or pay to ride mass transit. I think there's only one country in the world where the mass transit is free. Let me show you something cool here. I'm going to show you something gross. So look at this. Notice that poo has berries in it. I'm not sure, but that might be coyote poo. I'm definitely not a poo expert. If you're a poo expert, feel free to comment on my video. I'm not sure if anybody's willing to admit to that. Yeah, man, I studied poo in college. I'm the expert. But I don't know. A veterinarian or biologist might be able to help you with that without admitting to be a poo expert. Alrighty. Alright, there's my water bottle, still here, nobody stole it, probably nobody around for 3 miles. Anyway, alrighty then, so let me turn around, show you. This is what it looks like at the entrance to Iceberg Cave.